Every one of you are running Facebook ads the wrong way. Big brands are not just throwing money at broad audiences and hoping for the best. I can assure you of that because I've been in their ad accounts. They follow a completely different path. One that's built for scale, efficiency, and long-term profitability. In this video, I'm gonna break down the hidden strategies that I have been able to identify by looking at multi-7 and 8-figure brands to break down for you the exact strategy they are using. On average, 90% of the ad accounts that I get access to and I audit do the same exact thing. One campaign targeting literally broad audiences with 200 million people in that audience size. Retargeting based on website visitors over the last 30, 60, or 90 days. Is this sounding familiar yet? And relying on a few winning ads that have 20 or 30 purchases behind them. That is what I see in all of your ad accounts. And so you wonder, why do my costs keep going up and my performance dropping and my performance increasing and my performance dropping? And I could say that over and over again because you know exactly what I'm talking about. But big 7 and 8 figure brands do it differently. I can assure you of that. They follow 3 key principles that we also follow here. Account structure that prioritizes machine learning and giving as much information as possible to that machine. Creative volume and iteration tracking. This is where you all lose it, is tracking of various iterations of your creative assets. And number 3, real metrics from a financial standpoint that move the needle for e-com brands. Those are the 3 things that separate where you are and where you want to be. And that's why big brands are still able to scale to the moon on Meta. How do you think Ridge got to where it is? Not just randomly throwing one campaign up and running a bunch of ads in an ASC campaign. So let's get into how you should be structuring your ad account at these various spend thresholds. What I'm seeing is there's either an oversimplification or an overcomplication of an ad account at a small level. If you're spending less than 10K a month, you're super small. If you're spending less than 30, you're still small. That's $1,000 a day. And I guarantee you, your ad account either is very simple with like a couple of campaigns or so many different campaigns with $20 budgets. It's the truth. I'm sorry to break it to you because you're probably laughing right now because you're like, yeah, that's what my ad account looks like. So there's a framework and I want to break this down. I'm going to hopefully have some visuals here on the screen for you. All right. So this is a Miro board that I really want to focus on. So you should have, if you're at that 10K plus a month in ad spend, you should have a testing campaign. There is no question. You want to make this testing campaign as granular as possible. One audience, one audience, one audience. Angle, angle, angle. Now, the key to it is understanding which of these works. And what I'm seeing frequently these days is literally like just a confusion around what is an angle, what's a theme. We actually have this really crazy AI tool that we are starting to test, so let's just go. Everybody seems to be confused as terms of like, what's the theme? How should I test? Let's just go into this. So this brand name is Obvi. If you haven't heard of Obvi, you need to go onto D2C Twitter because they are absolutely crushing it. They share so much of their information that they do. Their CEO is great. So let's do Obvi. We're going to put this in. I'm going to have my little chat bot magic machine. Told me I didn't have a name. So we're going to go into here. And so where I'm going with this is like there are themes and then there are angles and then the angles produce the messaging, the call outs, the images, etc. And so large brands know what's working, or they should. I've spoken to a couple that are still kind of confused in terms of creative strategy and iteration. The key to it, though, is understanding these things so that you can make educated decisions within your ad account to keep pushing when you need to push. So we want to structure things. There's a highest volume, there's a cost cap, there's a bid cap, there's an ASC. You want to make sure you have your audiences segmented. All right, so we're back in our little tool here. So we have the brand name, Obvi, product URL, entered that in. So a couple things. The initial creatives based on product insights: beauty meets fitness, metabolism boosts with collagen advantage, and confidence through self-care. So like these are going to kind of be like the things we want to focus and ignite your metabolism, supercharge your day, beauty meets fitness, or confidence through self-care. So let's go with confidence through self-care. That will be the theme within these ads that we're hypothetically creating for Obvi. Obvi, if you want, give me a call. Let's work something out. Let's go in here. Now in this tool, we have databases that connect to all our clients to say whether or not we've done it or not. So now we have empowered self-care for everyday confidence. Again, guys, the theme is confidence through self-care. The angle becomes this: empowered self-care for everyday confidence, nourishing confidence. Confidence starts with self-love. Now let's create some ad assets here. Confidence starts with self-love. So let's go ahead and hit enter here. Our little specialized creative strategist bot that we developed will start to work because it is here to help 24/7. While we're doing that, let's go back to these audience segments, because these bigger brands, guys, it's so important that you're feeding as much information to Meta as possible. So you literally have to link your various lists to this so it knows who a new customer is, who an existing customer is, and who an engaged audience is. And that is really awesome when you start to look through to understand how our Meta ads are performing from a new customer standpoint. This campaign, new audience, 2.31, existing 2.81. They start to paint a picture in terms of what is working and what is not within the ad account. So let's go back. So now going through, again, tracking this creative, these iterations is in our creative tracker. We have our theme. Our theme will be confidence with self-care. That is what we are tracking. That is the theme that we want to identify. Does this work? Going deeper, we now have our angles: empowered self-care, nourishing confidence. Confidence starts with self-love. These are the angles that we want to test within the ad account to see, does this theme align with our audience and do these angles convert? We want to track which angles convert the best. From here, we now have our ad copy variations. Love yourself first, embrace your glow, radiant confidence daily, self-love, self-care, start with self-love, blah, blah, blah. Boost confidence with obvious self-care essentials, start your journey with, I mean, that's really redundant. We'd want to make some changes to this, but from an ideation standpoint, this works. Discover the secret to radiant confidence with Obvi, prioritize self-care, transform your self-image, begin your journey, love your reflection, buy now. So definitely like a real beauty focused aspect. I'm not sure if this collagenic, I'll show you guys the product, is really the best way of doing it. I mean, gradient profile, just started. I feel a difference in how my clothes fit. So like this bot scans through these reviews to come up with this information. But the going back is understanding how your creative is correlating to the success and results of your ad account. The next thing I want to talk about is the metrics to track. And if you guys want our growth map, leave a comment down below, say growth map, and I will send it over to you. We'll connect. I'll send you our growth map. This is where we are tracking everything for our clients. So you guys can see our growth map. This is where we're tracking our ROAS, our MER, our AMER, and our customer acquisition cost to establish this, which is how much money we are spending and how much money we are making the clients. Last year, you can see this client, 121K, 230, 227, 281. That's the amount of money they made, gross profit after everything was removed, and then contribution margin down here below is once you remove all of the variable costs, our fees, the ad costs, your COGS, your shipping fees, all of these things, you're left with your contribution margin, which is essentially the money left over before operating expenses. So for an e-com brand, you want to make sure that your OpEx, your fixed costs, stay below whatever your contribution margin is. And these are the key factors: CAC, contribution margin, MER, AMER, and LTV you should be tracking to scale your store. So going back to creative, the last step to scaling your brand is literally the ability to test creative volume at scale and track it at scale. We go through ad accounts all the time. We use Atria to scan all of these ad accounts, and brands that are spending lots of money are launching hundreds of ads all the time. 100 ads a month, 200, 300, depending on what their budget is. And that's what you need to start doing, but start small and start understanding how the messaging is correlating to your brand's success. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, ask me any questions. I'm here to help you, all of you, succeed in this world of e-com. We'll see you guys in the next video.